This artwork is really good. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's not as cold as it has been in previous Sundays, so I'm happy about that. And I have chalk all over me, so bear with me. Oh yeah, the flu's going around. If you're not allergic to things that are in thermoflu, my youngest daughter, she took it and like she's seen drastic changes within 24 hours. Within 48 hours, she felt the same, just a little sluggish. She's almost I think she's almost done with it pretty soon, like one or a couple more doses and she's done and it really did work for her. I didn't know no one in the family has took it before. It's prescribed. And it worked because she was out. It was really, really bad for her. So and she also had an ear infection at the same time, which, the urgent care says that's how what usually gets people in, is they're complaining about their ear and they get antibiotics, but then they automatically test you for strep, flu, and COVID. And Coke got the flu, and it was just it's been something. I have been so congested lately, and I know I should go get tested to see if it's like strep or something, but I I I know it deep down in my heart that it's just a, a sinusitis, and I just have to deal with it. And yesterday it was horrible. Oh, my head was gonna explode, and today's not it's not better. I'm gonna what I plan on doing today is, sweeping up my room and, cutting out a project that I can sew up tomorrow, so that way it's not like I'm cutting, interfacing, and sewing tomorrow. So if I can cut and interface, and then that way I just can sew, it will relieve a lot of stress. I'm trying to get to make anywhere from 3 to 5 bags a week for AwesomeCon. I do have a lot in inventory, but, this AwesomeCon has a lot of different new, celebrities that are coming, and there's a lot of people that are coming from Lord of the Rings, there's a lot of people coming from the Goonies, there's the original Ninja Turtles, there's, like, a lot of people coming, so I'm trying to make a lot of things based off of the nostalgia that, AwesomeCon is breeding, you know? So I'm working hard. With that being said, I thought I thought used the last of my um Goonies fabric with the Dreamer pack that we're going to be finishing up on Tuesday with Patreon, but I found this roll and I am so excited. I'm so excited. That'll be in DC. Yes, it will. So go get tested, Margie, if you can. If not, then just make sure you stay hydrated. You know that clear fluids. Have some soup. And just stay in bed and make sure if you have a temperature, monitor it. Happy Sunday to you, Io. So yeah, I have this piece of leather that I'm going to not embroider. I'm going to laser that Goonies Never Say Die. Um, and I'm going to have that to be like the facing on the bag. I think I'm going to make it into a Rowena. I have all the templates out for it because I made a template this weekend with it. So I'm just I'm trying to make a couple bags in the same. I usually okay, so I'm trying something different. Usually I make one bag, possibly two, but usually if you look at my booth, if you look at any previous ones, I make one bag in one way and that's it. But I was looking at previous notes for the past 3 years, and let's say this was a bag and I only made it in Betty Boop. Somebody will come and be like, man, if this was in Baby Shark, I would be buying this bag. So I'm curious if it's just naysayers trying to get out of not bait planning for something because it's an easy cop out, or if really if it was a Baby Shark or something other than that particular fandom would they be interested in. So I am trying to because sometimes people can't visualize the bag that they want when it's a fandom they absolutely hate. It's it's like a roadblock. So, I'm trying to make like 2 of each theme, but one like polar opposite fandoms. Um, like make a clutch that is like Bridgerton and making the other one, Jinx from Arcane. Like really making them different so they can do that. What in the back? Fabric? You have to be a little bit more descriptive. What is that in the back? Could be pretty much anything. So what I want to do this time when I'm having um I'm gonna do something different, and Hope is gonna be in charge of this. So on the day of the con, when we're done fitting their papers, they're, you answered it. Their papers. There are different patterns and they're different papers. Um, Good morning. Yeah, but look at the temperature. We're going to like peak at like 50 something degrees and melt everything. And then the next day it's at 32. So just be really hyper aware. I'm not getting smart, but you can go on a timeout. You answered your own questions and I don't have to take abuse. So you can get that. It's gonna be 52 degrees. So it has beef. Very no way. Oh, I might have to look at that. So I might hold on. I will find something to write on. There's always something I need to sweep desperately. So yours. I was supposed to order from her because I wanted to try elastic with my Patreon group of binding, and I was waiting to see if Kasaya's shop open. I think it opens up today. I won't be here in time for the project, but I still want to try it and see how it is. Um, yeah, trolls be trolling. That's what they do with us. All right. Hello. Um, let's see. So what we're gonna do is I haven't talked it over because you're not being very nice to Sean. So what I'm gonna do is the the event, what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you our whole entire display, like slowly going through each one. And then from there, we're going to kind of we're gonna kind of like when we sell a bag, well, if someone's like, "Oh, I like this bag," and they purchase it, we're gonna put it on YouTube, like sold. Um, we set up sold. I'm trying to think of it. We sold a strawberry shortcake Betty Bowler, 80%. So Hope will keep constantly updating with different things that are sold. So that way you can see how it differs from day to day and whatever. Because I think people want like a live, like what sells the best. Every bag sells so differently. It depends on the genre. I have like a beautiful Sweet Juliet, which I think is going to sell tremendously well, and it doesn't speak to anyone. So, all right, Deshaun, I'm just gonna, there you go. There you go. So, so we're gonna be doing that's what I think we're gonna be doing, so that way you guys can see what bags sell for me first and like or what specific genre because it's always one that I never think is going to work. I'm like, no one's gonna buy this, and then someone buys it. It's very if the market is it is weird. Like you can go in this market in particular, like I said, it's gonna have like it is total 80s nostalgia. You're gonna have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you're gonna have the Goonies, and then they bring it into the 90s nostalgia. They're gonna have all the original Blues Clues. So the three people from the Blues Clues, and they have like some My Little Pony characters. Then they bring it into the 2000s. They have Orlando Bloom, who was an elf on Lord of the Rings. They're gonna have I always forget Steven Tyler's daughter. She was an elf, and then they're gonna have the guy that played Sam, who also so happenly is the same character. He's another character in the Goonies. So they have like it is basically nostalgia. So depending on your age bracket, this is something that reminds you of your childhood. So I can make things for all of this, and somebody might be like, "Oh, I want that Star Wars bag," and there's nothing going on with Star Wars. It's pretty interesting how things work out that way, and it's usually the ones that I'm like, "No one's gonna get," is the first one. So, and then we're also gonna in the video when we show you the 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 billboard or show you how we're set up. Hope and me are going to show you the first 5 that she picks and the first 5 I pick. Liv Tyler, thank you so much. The first 5 I pick, and we're going to see which one goes first. Whoever which one wins first is a person that gets to pick dinner, and that is a big thing for us. Trust me. I hate my daughter. I swear she could live off of eating Subway sandwiches, and I can't. I really can't. So we're that's what our plans are so far. Because I was talking to her a little bit about it yesterday. She was like, "It would be fun, kind of interactive, so that you guys are kind of a part of it, and you guys get to see like hour by hour day, like how it could be like a 2 hour lull and nobody buys anything, and then you can be overwhelmed and have like 6 or 7 sells in like 15 minutes. It's a very weird market, and I just thought it would be really cool for you guys to see, like, kind of have a visual, like, okay, what we're planning on doing is like, she'll show you a picture of the bag. This one sold at 9:45, and then the next bag, whatever the bag is, she'll show you a picture of it, and it'll all only be on YouTube. So that it doesn't Facebook thing or whatever, so that way you guys can see what style, what bag it is, and therefore you have comments like, "Did you do any modifications?" or whatever. I can go back when I'm resting in the hotel and be like, "Nope, no modifications, just this," or me saying no modifications, I feel like I just lied tremendously. So, yeah, I made modifications and da da da, and like different materials. I think I could have sold it higher if I did it in leather or if I did it in canvas or whatever. But you can kind of get a deep, like, an inside look of what sells for me, particular at a very big con for DC. DC, this is like one of the biggest cons they have. People fly from all over the world. Now, it is not like Comic Con in California, that because that's the con that started it all, where it's like a 4-day event, or nor is it like the Dragon Con that's in Atlanta, or there's one in North Carolina, but this is one that is pretty big for our area. Oh, I can't go live all the time. So I'll just show you. I'll go live right before we start to show you the booth, but I can't go live during it. The person that can attest to that would be Lisa, if it's on here, and Arnetta. When I'm selling, it's a whole different Shinova. I do not talk to anybody like except the customer. They can attest to it. It's a completely different a feel. So what I plan on doing is show you before everybody comes out, before the VIP comes out, I'll show you how I set up my booth, and I'll do a video. How I'll do a video. I could possibly do a video in the beginning of February how you could start a booth with products that you have at home, and I'll use my dining room table as an example and show you things that you can buy that are not that expensive, or you could buy at like a Habitat for Humanity or things along that line to help you do smaller craft shows or whatever. Because it does take time. It's building your booth is kind of like bag making. Y- You start off really slow and then you progressively get better. It's pretty interesting. Good morning, Sandra. Yeah, like, Arnetta, if Arnetta's in here, Arnetta could tell you that it's a whole different Shinova. Like, a business selling Shinova is different than any other Shinova. Like, I feel like we all have different facets and different personality traits that change up when we're into different situations. When I'm selling wholeheartedly. I'm showing someone the bag so that way like I am selling like the rent is due because it is. so, um, so that well, the mortgage we don't rent, but you get what I'm saying. So that's why I can't go live because I won't look at the camera and you'll be like, why is her daughter filming her and she's not looking at the camera not once. And it wouldn't be I'm ignoring you. It's that I am trying to draw people into my table. I'm trying to sell. Oh, Arnetta, you're gonna make me cry. Yeah, I'm strictly for the vendors. I'm strictly for vending, and I'm kind of also here for the other vendors. Okay, sometimes there's people that are in booths next to me. They're by themselves, and if they have to use the restroom or need to grab something to eat, then I need to throw hope in their booth so no one steals anything, or I need to mandate two booths and like sell things for them like with with their cards or cash or whatever until they come back. Um, that's a very important conversation that we should have on a captain's log about how you need to I know where a lot of us are introverts, but sometimes there might be someone beside you that needs you, and I've been there. My first Baltimore Comic Con, I was by myself, and I didn't have anybody with me because all of my babies were babies, like, they were littles. So my husband was taking care of them. They were all underneath the age of 10. So, I was by myself, and I had 2 booth people that they made themselves into cartoon characters, and they had, like, this really interesting comic book, and because the wife was there, whenever she thought she see me squirming because I had in the bathroom, she would just knock me over and go to the bathroom, walk around, "I have your booth." You have it like vending is of so many different facets. You get to network with other people, and you become like booth buddies and vending buddies. They ask you after a while, "Is there anybody that you wanna sit next to?" And you'll be like, "Heck yeah, I wanna sit by da 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 da," because they were there for you and you'll be there for them, and it's just really cool, and you learn a lot by the people that you're surrounded by. So, there's really good experiences, and there are some experiences that you wanna throw your chair at somebody. Trust me. It takes a lot for me to be like, I don't like these people. So, it's a really good experience, but I do wanna show you how my table's set up for this year, and then I think I have a picture from last 2 years, and you can see how it slightly evolves. It evolves every year. I change it up almost every year, and then this year, we have something different. Me and Hope found a person that had a vending booth that had a mat. These mats are the mats that they put, like, in, like, Walmart and Target employees at the register, so that way they're not just standing on concrete, and they were like, "My feet never hurt," and Awesome Con is pure concrete. The one complaint you will always hear in there is they pump so much cold air in there, and the second thing is you're walking purely on concrete because 'cause you're in the basement, and it could hurt people's feet that are, like, flat foot, low arch, whatever. But you don't really notice it until you go back to your hotel room or until you, like, relax and you're like, "Oh my god, my feet hurt." So, you start evolving your booth a little bit more to be more and more comfortable. Like, the last 2 years within the last 2 years, me and Hope got, like, we call them director chairs, like, they are we just sit so high up that we don't have to stand all the time if we don't want to. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the anti-fatigue is are you know who has one? Okay, so by Nancy, she used to, like, do, like, little lives, like, similar to Sarah Lawson and stuff like that, and she worked with a furniture company for sewing, but one day she was cutting and they kinda, like, panned out from the side, and she's standing on the mat. So on the live, the person's like, "What's that?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I have these anti-fatigue mats a all around my cutting table," and I was like, "Genius." So just like I did with Jenna from Natural Nerds, it's something that it goes into my head and then it'll pop out of nowhere. But yes, people, if your feet, your legs, or your lower body or your lower back hurts while you're on your cutting mat, think about the anti-fatigue mats. It might help. It might help tremendously because I know a lot of us, some of us don't. are like we're wearing like chocolate, not chonk okay, chanclas are sandals, okay, or Crocs, or like shoes that are not necessarily supporting our arch and our feet. If that's the case, then you might wanna look at that, and if you're like the one that likes to live dangerously and walk around your room barefooted, I've done that, but I learned a lesson after I seen that lady's big toe would get impaled by a needle, a dull needle. I was like, "Good, I'm gonna protect the toes." So those are really cool. So the bag that I made yesterday, and I took my time because I was sick. And this is why I'm saying I have this, and I have this really cool fabric, and the goodies are gonna be there. But this is the Rowena. And this is hardware from Alchemats. And you can see you have the rivet, and then I do have um the Chicago screw on the sides. The hardest part for me was picking out um zipper tape. I need to find zipper tape this color, but if you really look at the fabric, it starts off like a lighter pink and then goes darker purple in some areas. And so I have in here you have the two zippers pockets. And then you have the recessed zipper, and on the recessed zipper, that's when I decided to put this door. And I hope I ordered more with the last pre-sale from Alchemats. I'm hoping I ordered like 4 or 5 of these. I love how these feel in your hand, and they have like a little it says, "I think I'm ready for an adventure," and it's the door. And then you have a slip pocket and nothing else, but I just have like nice Lords of the Ring fabric. So I was privileged enough to test for the Rowena, and it's one of my favorite bags to make. It does take a little bit longer to make, but it pays off. Whenever someone buys this, it's usually in the higher tax bracket for me, but whoever buys this is just kid you not, every time I think I've sold 5 of these, and what happens is the wife, the girlfriend, the sugar baby, whatever floats your boat, will look at this and be like, "Oh my god, I want this." And the dude who is like massive, they all are over like 6'4", and they're just like sturdy, whoops out a card, and you're like, "Okay." I'm like, it's this is like if you want top tier bags, this is definitely one of them because it just comes out really elegant. And then I love the magnets, but when she came out with the zipper hack, I was like, sold. Like I think I only have the two sold with magnets, and the rest have been just all zipper. So I think this is an amazing bag, and I want to actually do the minimalist with this, but then I'm like, should I do the whole thing? Because you get the zipper pockets, but I love the way the minimalist comes together too. And I think I have a soft spot because if Shannon was on here, she could probably tell you I made okay, so when that bag launched, I made a supernatural one, because the bag is named after Rowena off of Supernatural. And then I made this really, really cute to me Disney one with crystals. But something happened when I heat set the crystals where I got glue flakes all over my exteriors, but I thought they were wiping off because I kept brushing them. So I continued to make the bag as is, and I couldn't get it off. The bag is adorable. I have it somewhere in my bags of messed up. Like if a bag is really nice and I know I can't sell it, I have like a wall of bags of mess up just for me to look at. Like I made this, I'm proud of it, but I know I can't sell it. I love the minimalist a lot because I think it's super cute. So I went into my new Moxie collection, and I don't have any Goonies fabric like pulls or zipper pulls because I don't know if anyone's ever done that. New Moxie had, like, some cool pirate stuff that I got a couple I'm sorry, my nails are jacked up, don't mind my nails, and they're on both sides, so I got that. I'm pretty sure these are for Jack Sparrow, but he was a pirate, so I thought this would be really cool for on the zipper side too. So I was like, I can work this out. I can one eye willy this thing, you know? Yeah, so I was like, this is we're gonna work these out. So I just thought because, you know, it's the Goonies, you know? It's so I I found this really cool pirate like skull and bone that says Goonies never say die, and I'm gonna laser onto this leather and put it on to the front panel and go from there. So it could be really customizable, so someone can really fill this bag. So I'm here for it. Yeah, I this ring these rings right here, I'm here for it. These are the rings from Georgia Girl Stitch, the ones that say handmade. They're so cute. They're like they're so cute. Focus. So they're the cutest ones. I don't know. Like my thing is that I treat the custom zipper pulls, like, from Lord of the Rings, like, precious, like, seriously, they're precious to me. So, I will put, like, one on the main zipper panel and then put something, like, handmade, chunky, substantial ones throughout, because if you think about it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 zipper pulls. So, I'd rather use 4 zipper pulls that cost me, like, 59 cents each than having zipper pulls that cost me like a dollar something each. So the material's less, but these zipper pulls are, oh my god, Georgia Girl Stitch. You know, Joy knows what's up, man. These are the some awesome soda pop bottles, and it says handmade all around it. So what I like about that is that when someone's asking it, making sure that you're not getting it from somewhere else and selling it off as yours, they can definitely see it's handmade. And yes, Lynette, I did. I did it. I did it. It was last second though. I should have put it on here because I wanted to have Baggins on one side and then have my name tag on there, but then I totally drew a blank. And then when it came down to putting the back on, I was like, if I don't put this label on, I need a okay. So the girl, you need to put your label on, but I also probably need a magnet that says Lynette's telling you to put your label on. Because she's the first person that, where's your label? I don't know. Yeah, I like the Sandra, I like them too. I love this one so much. I have 4 of them, but I also like these because they remind me of the coins in One Eye Willie when they're picking up the coins, and I'm like, okay, I know these might be Pirate of Caribbean. I think there might be Pirate of Caribbean. And I don't know where I got them. I probably at Said when they had the one thing I loved from So Magical is at Said where they had like this big zipper pouch. You pay like $44 and then you could put ba stuff as many as, pulls as you want. I have pulls I have no idea what the genre is, and then I use it. Been using them this year and last year, and I'm like, "Thank God that they were in my weird pull collections." So, I love that bag. I'm gonna have my husband take pictures so I can put it in. But, yeah, I figured this pirate, you know, he's a pirate. They're messing with pirates down here trying to get a one-eye Willie. That is a really messed up name now that I think of it as an adult. They got away with that in the 80s. Like 80s R PG is like straight up PG-13 or maybe R. Or like in 80s R's is like my friend was like, "Hey, Shanova, have you seen this movie with was it Mickey Rooney and oh, who's that? The girl that the woman that was in the original Batman, Kim is it Kim Basinger? She was a cartoon character that came to life. I don't know why my parents let me watch this. If you're watching Parents, that movie is supremely messed up with with Brad Pitt, Brad Pitt and stuff like that. And she would be like, "Oh, doodles." Um, that was rated, like, PG. Like I sat down and was, like, watching Drop Dead Fred with, like, my daughter because she's 14. I'm like, "Okay, you can watch this." And Drop Dead Fred slides underneath the mom's dress, and it was, like, cobwebs. "Mom, why did you let me watch this?" Yeah. Yeah. No, no, not Roger Rabbit. This one is Kim Basinger, she's like a burlesque dancer, and she's a cartoon. Brad Pitt is a cartoon as well too, but the person that draws them is human, and somehow when he draws them, I'm searching for my phone and I'm talking to it. Somehow when he draws them, he's able to create some kind of portal to get her to come become a human, and all the stuff goes bat guano, okay? Like, everywhere. Guano everywhere. It's a messed up movie, and my parents let me watch it, obviously, because they said, "Oh, it's a cartoon." Roger Rabbit's messed up too, especially the patty cake scene, right? And Disney was all over that too, so yeah. No. Um, she was always saying, like, "Oh, doodle," and stuff like that. It's really crazy. Is she if she died in the real world, she'll die in the cartoon, but if she died in the cartoon, she wouldn't die at all. It was a very weird it had, like, a million famous actors in it too. Um, and then, the one with Mickey Rourke and her Kim Basinger, like, it's like a 7-day thing or 7 it's called, like, 7 weeks or 7 days. I watched that, I was like, "Why are people upset about 50 Shades of Grey?" Question, "Mom and Dad, why was this not rated X?" Like, I didn't know what I was watching. They were like my friend was like, "Have you ever seen this movie?" And of course, I'm naturally curious. You say, "Have you ever seen this movie, Shanova?" I'm gonna just Wikipedia it, and then I'm gonna be like, "Okay, I gotta see this movie." And then when I see it, I have instant regrets. And then it lives in your brain. And then you're like, "Wait, well, how did you guys get away with so much in the '80s and early '90s?" Talking about that. They were on that bath salt. I don't know. You know the name you can remember, but yeah, I was like, "What is this? What is this?" I was and my friend, she loves doing that to me. She likes to drop like, movies on me that I obviously have never seen, and then when you watch it, you're just like, "How did they get away with this?" I don't know. Yeah, like yeah. Oh, no, she wouldn't okay, earmuff. She wouldn't say doodle, she would call the people pencil dicks. It was him as a cartoon, now I remember. Why didn't my parents let me watch it? I remember it because I wanted to be her. She was built like Jessica Rabbit, but she had blonde hair, and she would sing in the club, and Brad Pitt's cartoon girlfriend had brunette hair, and, he was a detective, and the yeah. I know, we need a Lynette, you need to come out with a magnet that said, "Lynette, put your tags on everything." Lynette says. And everyone would be like, "Oh, yeah, we gotta put our tags on." But, yeah, that's all I got for you, and I gave you some disturbing images. If I think of the movie titles tomorrow, I will pop them up and let you know, but, yeah, '80s were wild. And the only reason why I was happy about the Goonies, because like, the Goonies, celebrated their 40th anniversary. They had the Goonies on the big screen from the 17th to the 20th. I I was like I was like literally a baby, not so I never seen the Goonies in theater, and I was so happy that this was backstitch from, like, I don't know, I wanna say pre-COVID or right on during COVID, and I'm just happy that they're coming to a Comic-Con, and I wanna make a really pretty bag so people could sport their flair. So, yeah. I hope everyone has a really good Sunday and that you're able to relax, and I will see you tomorrow on Monday. Bye.